Hello everybody, my name is Eric D. Johnson, also known BrightShine, right here in the city of Memphis, in the county of state of Tennessee. And the day is early Sunday morning, October the 27th, 2019. The time 3:08 a.m. First, I thank all my family, my support for your continued encouragement, support. I'll continue to keep myself employed right here in the Memphis tri-state area. I'll continue to further my education, Marvel College online, to continue to pursue my social degree, study, being administrator, concentration mark. It is present time to take a break from going to school. In the very near future, I will be going back to Marvel College online to continue to pursue my social degree, study, being administrator, concentration mark. Now, as I've been saying, ever since January of 2019, I was enrolled at this school here in this Memphis tri-state area called Health Tech Institute of Memphis. It's right there on Vans Avenue. And the reason why I did, and I was enrolled in the medical assistant program, 9-month program. And the reason why I was enrolled at that school, because back in 2009, 2010, I was a student at Riverton College in the medical building and coding program. And I did graduate with a diploma. Excuse me. And so, but I didn't get the certification in medical building and coding. So you can't be employed in the healthcare field without that certification. And so, like I said, this year, January 2019, I enrolled at this school called Health Tech Institute of Memphis in the medical assistant program, 9-month program. I had never met these people before. Like I said, when I found out where it was located on Vans Avenue, I was like, well, I know what that's in. Danny Thomas and Vans and so on and so forth. So I was like, well, I know what that's in. And did a little research. I ain't never met these people before, but school. All I want to do is get my certification and get myself employed in the healthcare field. So I was like, well, medical assistant sound like better. I have more job opportunity. And so I was like, well, I need to work. I never learned how to type or nothing. So I looked at school and looked at curriculum, seeing what my strengths and weaknesses were. Well, I ain't never learned how to type. So keyboard, but I'm a little familiar with Microsoft and Excel. I think I can go to school. But then I looked. I was like, well, and I really wasn't trying to go back to Riverton College. Not that I have anything against Riverton, that wasn't it. I just didn't want to be around a school with a lot of people. Be at the school and be crowded and So I was like, well, and basically the same thing with national income. I wasn't trying to be at a big school or a big campus and like that. So I was a little small here, and all I'm trying to do is get my certification. And so I was like, well, I can go to this school and do exactly what I want to do to get my certification. But I didn't know who these people were, and like that old saying, you never know people until you actually get to know these people. Then you see what these people about. Some nuts, and you're really stupid. Here it is, this dude. Call himself going, at his school and, the healthcare information stuff, like health information management, medical assistant, patient care, health administration, so on and so forth. And they really don't have no instructor. They say gonna do all that by themselves. Well, see, you setting your own self up. Anytime you intentionally try to be around women, regardless of what their age, that's what you're trying to do. And so, like I said, stupid people, man. And then you got his two daughters, and they do the same doggone thing. They intentionally wait for him to lure the women over there for them, not just for himself, for them. And then they harass the women, you know. So, but I earned my certification in clinical medical assistant, and so I got that certificate and got all my hours. So basically, this past week, I had all the 900 hours, that was required. So, but I still have 3 other certifications that I'm working on: phlebotomy technician, EKG technician, and health records, electronic health records specialist. And so I'm working on 3 certifications, basically, going to the campus, but not even necessary. But I can, study from home online, whatever. But I wouldn't recommend this school for anything, because anytime a person try to lure women over there, and man, you're $2, man, you're really a stupid person. You need to be in jail somewhere. So I ain't no use wasting more time on it. Like I said, I don't recommend that school to anybody. Go somewhere else, because all that trying to touch on women and touching and feeling and all that stuff, and trying to commit a crime inside the building and all that type. With women, no. Anybody, send go somewhere else. Go to Remedy College, go to National, Concord, go somewhere else. Don't go over there. Don't go over there. Don't do that. But I know what I want to make sure I ain't forget. Now, when I was doing my video last Sunday, Monday morning, early Monday morning, last Monday morning, I was on Facebook Live. And as I was at the process of ending my video, yes, it was a tornado. Because you see me look around, and when I heard all that, it was like a jet engine. It sounded like a jet engine outside the door, outside the house. Outside. Yes, it was a tornado. It hit. It actually hit while I was right at the end of my Facebook Live. Because I remember when I first started my Facebook Live video, I said it was that we was having some bad weather outside. It was because of the connection and things like this. So I was like, well, we got to have some bad weather outside. And yes, it was. While I was recording on Facebook Live, I was at the end. The tornado actually hit. It hit in the Memphis area. It hit, and it hit. Because after I went outside and looked at the damage, well, it really wasn't just bad damage in this area, but there was some tree limbs and tree branches and stuff like that. But you can tell there was some high winds came through here, and that's what it was. It was a tornado. A tornado. Thank God, might well, thank God that still alive. I'm being honest. When you have bad weather like that, unfortunately, sometimes things like that happen. Tornadoes or hurricanes or floods and, natural disasters. It's always a possibility of loss of life. But I can thank God that I'm still alive, and, everybody in this house, we still alive, and still got a house. But some people, when you looked at the news, unfortunately, some people's houses, had damage or their cars, things like that, coming out. When I heard the tornado outside, I looked, and there was some high winds, and it was hitting. It was hitting on the glass, on the window. And sometimes we had like a rainstorm, bad thunderstorm, and the wind get real high, so I was looking at it, that don't sound like thunderstorm. It sounded like a tornado outside, and that's what it was. It was a tornado, tornado, they'll blow cars and blow the house. I'm serious, and that's what it was. It was a tornado. It really was. It wasn't just like no high wind. It was really a tornado while I was recording. And so, thank God I'm still alive. Everybody that was living in this house, and our house still, intact. But hold on. Now it may sound like I got a little sniffle, at that time of the year. Now, as I've been saying, I'm working on my music. I stopped. Here it is, right at the end of 2019, and like I said, back in 2000, it was right at the end of 2014, and I did my music. I made a video, theme for the green, and I intentionally did it the way I did it, because I didn't appreciate, I didn't take disrespect, and I don't know what no so-called blood gang, no Crip gang got to be doing out on the streets of Memphis or anywhere, but it was them East Coast bitches. It was the East Coast bitches that did that mess out there in Los Angeles, California, and when I did thing for the green, it was some Crip nigga walking around in the city of Memphis, and he had some East Coast bitch with him, and I wanted to make sure that everybody see what it is that I was talking about. It wasn't supposed to be nothing like that. It wasn't never supposed to be nothing like that. But like I said, Fiend for the Green, that's my music, and it's gonna always be. And I'm working on that as well as some new material, some new music material. So see, up there in Chicago though, like I've been saying all the time, ain't no such thing, no blood gang, no crip gang, nowhere in Chicago, nowhere. Ain't no way. Keeps putting them automatic rifles in Chicago. See, ain't no such thing, no blood gang, no crip gang. Every white person retaliate. No such thing. That's them East Coast bitches doing that. They be trying to use the blood gang, the crip gang as a way to hide. You see, what they really been doing is that what I've been saying, that so-called devil worship, no such thing. It's a lie. There's no such thing as no worship the devil. There's no such thing. It's a lie. There's no such thing. It's a lie. See, never see, it ain't no such thing, no blood gang, no crip gang in Chicago. No such thing. That won't make it. See, that's the reason why. That be them East Coast bitches. That be them East Coast bitches. Really ain't no such thing, no blood gang, no crip gang in Los Angeles, California, or anywhere else. Or anywhere else in America. That be them East Coast bitches. That's what it is. Them East Coast bitches. And then them East Coast bitches, they be over there on the East Coast, walking up and all up and down the East Coast. Them so-called sororities and fraternities on the East Coast, and them so-called secret societies from the old world, like from Africa and from Asia and from Europe, the old world, them secret societies from the old. Talking about they worship the devil. No such thing. No such thing. Worship the devil. No such thing. There ain't no such thing. So when they be trying to come around people and they try to make you think like they got some information, they ain't got no information. They lying. They lying. Just like when you read your Old Testament, they lying. They lying. They ain't got no damn information. They lying. See, that's the reason why I put this information there for if in the month people be lying. They be lying. Now you see all them. Now that was like 3 years ago. The top 10 Ciroc rappers murdered. That was like 3 years, but still, that was like 3 years ago. This 2019, people still getting murdered in 2019. For the same reason. Because the my people and the folks, they be accusing each other, dissing each other, some talking about some blood gang and some crip gang in Chicago, Illinois. Ain't no such thing. It's no such thing. They be them East Coast bitches. They be them East Coast bitches. In Los Angeles, California, the same thing. See, when you know the history of Chicago, Illinois, and see, when you start talking about these different ones, we're finna get to it now. See, this is what I'm talking. See, when you know the history, so ain't no such thing as Los Angeles. They talking about some blood gang crooked. That's them East Coast bitches. That's them East Coast. There was them East Coast bitches that did that. When you know the history, no, ain't no such thing. See, like I'm saying, see, when you see this, when you see history, when you see the history of Chicago, ain't no such thing, no blood gang, no crip gang in Los Angeles, California. It was them East Coast bitches. Talking about they worship the devil. And ain't no such thing worshiping the devil. There's no such thing, never has been. There's only one God. There's only one God. And then when you put them words together like that, you be lying. You be lying. And there ain't no such thing as worshiping devil. And devil and worship, no such thing. It's an oxymoron. And if you don't know what oxymoron, do your research. Go to the quick reference, Wikipedia, and you can't put words, you don't put them words together like that. They don't go. It don't, the word worship don't apply. There's no such thing. said, that's the reason why the history is so important. The history of Chicago is so important. See, there ain't no such thing, no blood gang, no crib gang, no such thing. It was no East Coast bitches. It was no East Coast bitches. No such thing as no blood gang, no crib gang in Los Angeles, California. Them East Coast bitches. You see, when we keep putting emphasis on the history, see, it ain't the same. See, when you retaliate on that so-called blood gang and crib gang, you're not accepting, you're not approving, and you're not allowing. You understand? That's being real and that's being true. See? See, individual doing time in jail, it ain't the same. It's not the same. Them East Coast bitches, it ain't the same. Because you be lying. You made it sound like you had some kind of information and everybody's starting to see. That's the only thing you were talking about. Calling yourself talking about the devil. It ain't the same. You ain't saying nothing that nobody need to listen to. You lying. You lying. You bogus. You just bogus as a mother. But look, I'm off this weekend, so I'm doing 2 videos. I'm finna do my Instagram, and then after I do my Instagram, do my Periscope. So I'm finna do my Instagram now. Hello everybody, my name is Eric D. Johnson, also known BrightShine, right here in the city of Memphis, County, State of Tennessee. Today date is early Sunday morning, October 27, 2019, time 3:57 a.m. First, I thank all my family support for your continued encouragement support. Anti-gang. Now these are just a few of the free logo design websites you can go to make anti-gang logo. got a little sniffle from that time of the year. Verse, always give thanks to God. Always give thanks to God for all the blessings and the guidance that God provides us all week. Now I know them East Coast bitches, they can't deal with, because they call themselves, got some information with the devil. Always give thanks to God. Always give thanks to God for all the blessings and the guidance that God provides us all week. You understand? Now today, I'm doing my I'm doing my Instagram. But after I do my Instagram, I'm gonna do my Periscope video. Since I'm off work this week, I got be able to do 2 videos this weekend. And then I'm gonna continue to complain and speak out. People saying they are people saying they're a gang, they're a mob, and put Sterling and look. Webster's Merriam-Webster's Third New International Dictionary, Oxford English Dictionary, give you the complete and total definition of the meaning of the word gang, mob, stir, any and every other word. And people, street slang. People say boss, goon, thug, crook, hoodlum, mac, player, pimp, whore, hustler, nigga, field nigga, house nigga. It's street slang now. When it comes to music, street slang, hip and hop, rock and roll, swing, groove, jazz, blues, doo, wop, bebop, funk. It's street slang. When it comes to money, we can go to the quick reference, Wikipedia. We can look up money, currency exchange. Examples of street slang for money, currency exchange of bucks, racks, stacks, bands, bread, dough, scratch, loop, moolah, Benjamin Deborah. It's street slang. Nothing official, nothing right about no street slang. If you don't have no education, and you heard all these street slang, you don't know what all that is. You just going by what you hear. You don't know if it's right or wrong. I graduated high school, got a high school diploma, and I got a couple years of college. I haven't earned my social media as of yet. Took a break from going to school. You know what I'm saying? But online, going to Monroe College online, I took a break. But some people didn't graduate high school, but they got a GED. And then, you can still take the SAT, ACT, and go to college, earn a social degree, bachelor's degree, master's degree, PhD. Then you have those people that did graduate high school, you understand, earned a high school diploma, took the ACT, SAT, and went on to college and earned a social degree, bachelor's degree, master's degree, PhD, sorority and fraternity. Hold on. I tell you what. Now, this is the reason why pre-13 colony history is so important. This is the very reason why the pre-13 colony history is so important. Now, Harvard University is the oldest institution of higher learning in the United States, founded March 13, 1639, Cambridge, Massachusetts. William and Mary College in Williamsburg, Virginia, founded February 8, 1693, is the second oldest institution of higher learning in the United States of America. Phi Beta Kappa Society, founded December 5, 1776. The College of William and Mary, recognized as the first Greek letter student society in North America. Alpha Delta Pi, first sorority, founded in 1851. Wesleyan College, Macon, Georgia, the first organization without the word sorority with Gamma Phi Beta, established on November 11, 1874, Syracuse University in Syracuse, New York. Now the basis of the sorority fraternity is the old world secret society from Africa and Asia and Europe. For example, the Eastern Star, the Freemasons. They talk about Euclid, the mathematician, dealing in Alexander, Egypt, 1390, 1425, mentioned the Holloway manuscript, the reason born the Cook, and the Cook manuscript. And also the Downing manuscript. Now examples of them old world secret societies from Africa and Asia and Europe. Skull and Bones, Rosicrucian, the Sons of Liberty, Third Society, Brown Scion, Ordo Templo Oriental, Knights of the Golden Eagle, the Women, the Ancient Arabic Order of the Notes of the Mission Shrine, the Improved Order of Women, the P.O. Sisterhood, the Eastern Star, the Freemasons, the Elves, the Lower Order, the Bilderberg Group, the Ku Klux Klan, the Knights of Matthias, Knights of Columbus, the Illuminati, the Forest of Sign, the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, the Mystic Order of Veda, Prophets of the Enchanted Realm, the United Order of the Golden Cross, United Ancient Order of Druid, the National Grange, the Ancient Order of Hermannans, the Opus Dei, the Knights Templar, the Scottish Rite. It's just a few, there's some more. The Spanish Garduna, the Carbonara, the Black Hand. You say Mafia, that's Afro-Asiatic. You say Costa Nostra, that's Latin. The Triad, the Yakuza, the Osirica. It's just a few, there's some more. Now don't be misled by the sorority and fraternity. The United States Department of Justice, hazing is a crime. The sorority and the fraternity, they use hazing in their initiation rituals, so-called devil worship. There's no such thing as devil and worship. There's only one God, and worship only applies to God. If you say devil, all them words like worship and believe and faith and hope and all that don't apply to the devil. You don't take words, you understand, give a reverence to God, and then you're going to take the word God and call the devil God. For example, you read your Old Testament as well as you'll see the word God and little g. Then you'll see God, big G. See, there's only one God. There's only one God. See, them ancient people, so-called devil worshiping people. Now, I had to remind myself, we had to remind each other, there's no such thing as putting devil and worship together. It's an oxymoron. They don't go. They don't go together. There's no such thing as putting devil and worship together. That's a lie. That's a lie. Don't be misled by the sorority and fraternity in them old world secret society. Now, the sorority and fraternity, they commit crimes on and off the campus. They use and abuse tobacco products. They indulge in gambling, gang change. They use and abuse alcohol and drugs. They indulge in immoral activity. They indulge in sexual deviance. Don't be misled by the sorority and fraternity. Don't join the sorority and fraternity. Get out of the sorority and fraternity. Discourage others from being any and having any involvement in the sorority and fraternity. Expose the sorority and fraternity. The sorority and fraternity, them old world secret society. Renounce the people that started the sorority and fraternity, them old world secret society. Renounce them. Denounce the whole concept and idea of a sorority and fraternity, them old world secret society. Now, the sorority and fraternity, they work and they manage the businesses, the companies, and the corporations. They use and misuse the background check. They commit crimes against humanity, atrocities. They violate human rights and civil rights, inhuman genocide, and ethnic cleansing. All forms of discrimination and harassment. They pollute the air, ground, water, as well as noise pollution. They destroy the environment. They destroy nature. They destroy wildlife. Don't be misled by the sorority and fraternity in them old world secret society. Don't be misled. Now, this is the International Bill of Human Rights. And this is the Convention on Elimination of all forms of discrimination against women. And this is the Declaration of the Rights of the Child. And this is the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child. And this is the world's oldest human rights organization, Anti-Slavery International. And this is the International Federation for Human Rights. And this is the world's oldest international conservation organization, BirdLife International. And this is Fauna and Flora International, was the world's first international wildlife conservation organization. And this is the world's oldest global environmental organization, International Union for the Conservation of Nature, and also the World Wildlife Fund. There were just a few. There's some more. Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, Global Rights Frontline, Defenders of Human Rights Without Frontier, the International Center for Human Rights, the Conservation International Wildlife Conservation Society, the Conservation Fund, the League of Conservation Voter, Earth Watch Institute, Conservative Association, Earth Justice, and Conservation Volunteers, Wildlife Conservation Network, Endangered Wildlife Trust, Biodiversity, Nature Conservancy Association, Rare Species Conservation Center, Wildlife Research and Conservation Trust, the Rainforest Trust, the International Rainforest Conservation Organization, Rainforest Alliance, the Rainforest Action Network. Biodiversity International, Earth Day Network, Environmental Defense Fund, Friends of the Earth, Friends of Nature, Greenpeace, the Nature Conservancy, Wildlife Conservation Society, Soil and Water Conservation, Clean Water Action, World Water Council, Marine Conservation Institute, Marine Conservation Alliance, Ocean Preservation Society, Ocean Society, Global Ocean Commission, the International Marine Life Alliance. There's just a few, there's some more. And like I said, don't be misled by the sorority and the fraternity in them old world secret society. Don't be misled. Now Saul from Tarsus, the self-proclaimed Apostle Paul, is a liar, a murderer, and devil. He wrote all those epistles, and in those epistles, he called himself an apostle. He was lying. He not an apostle. He was an occultist. He was an occultist. As far as I'm concerned, the devil. He wrote all those epistles. Now all these man-made religious organizations, they used those epistles that Saul from Tarsus, the self-proclaimed Apostle Paul, wrote, and they lie. For example, one of the verses that they use, Romans chapter 16, verse 16, salute one another with the holy kiss, the church with the subject is, church is of Christ, salute. Now another verse that the man-made religious organization used that Saul from Tarsus sepulchre and Apostle Paul wrote, 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 4, so that we ourselves glory in you in the church with the subject is, churches of God for your patient faith and all your persecution and tribulation that ye endure. This what I'm talking about, right here. Devil and worship. It's no such thing. It don't. There's no such thing. The word devil and worship does not go together. All that Satanism and see when you be lying. It's a lie. That theists is saying that it's all a lie. It's a lie. They lying. Now this is a list of place names of Native American origin in the United States. For example, state names: Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, Connecticut, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Nebraska, New Mexico, North and South Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Wisconsin, Wyoming. Then scroll down to the bottom where it says see also. And then you'll see a list of place names of indigenous origin in America. Now we go over here on piracy. Piracy. Go to the quick reference. Piracy, the pirates. See, when we be talking about that devil and worship, see, the pirates, piracy. The United States Department of Justice. The Office of Juvenile Justice links with Prevention Bureau of Justice sent the National Gang Center Bulletin. And the title of that bulletin, History of Street Gangs in the United States, written by Mr. James C. Howell and Mr. John P. Moore. And you can find that same information on the quick reference Wikipedia and its title, Gangs in the United States. I did a music video back in 2014, the end of 2014, Fiend for the Green. And I'm still working on my music and some more material as of now. But I did Fiend for the Green, and I'm still working on that as well as other material. I'm not saying there ain't no such thing, no blood gang, no crip gang in Chicago. In Los Angeles either, it was them East Coast bitches. It was them East Coast bitches lying. You ain't got no information that other people need to hear. Going around talking about you worship the devil. No such thing. You be lying. That's how you know you be lying. Ain't no such thing, no blood gang, no crip gang in Los Angeles. Or anywhere else, especially Chicago, you lying. See, it ain't the same. That's the reason why individuals in the jail can't do their time. Because the East Coast bitches be lying. You can't do your time. Now this may be about 3 years ago, but still it's happening today. But these drill artists being murdered in Chicago. See, there ain't no such thing, no blood gang, no crip gang. In Chicago or anywhere else. East Coast bitches. Everybody retaliate on this so-called blood gang, crip gang, because it ain't no such thing. You were lying. Them East Coast bitches. Everybody retaliate on them so-called bloods and crips. Retaliate. That's the reason why. Because you're lying. such thing, no blood gang, no crib gang. See? You see, when you know the history of Chicago, when you know the history of Chicago, and ain't no such thing, no blood gang, no crib gang, no such thing. It's them East Coast bitches. Ain't no such thing. Ain't no such thing, no blood gang, no crib gang, Los Angeles, California. Them East Coast bitches. Ain't no such thing. You lying. You be lying. See that reason why, individuals can't do their time in jail. The reason why you can't do your time in jail is the motherfucker being exposed for lying. The reason why you retaliating on that so-called blood gang, crib gang, because it's them East Coast bitches. These are just a few of the free logo design websites that you can go to make anti-gang logo. Now I'm finna end my Instagram video, and then after I do my Instagram video, I'm do my Periscope video. It was just about to cut off. Now, like I said, I'm finna, I just ended my Instagram video, and I'm gonna do my Periscope video. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get ready to end this YouTube video, and then it's gonna be part 1, and it's gonna be dated October the 27th, 2019, part 1, and then I'm gonna start part 2. So just give me a brief moment here. Now what I was doing is, it's like we got 10 minutes before it be a complete 2 hours. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and get my Periscope video set up, and because I want to make sure it be a complete 2 hours, because I'm right at 5 o'clock in the morning. So it'll be like about 10 minutes after 5. So just give me a brief moment. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and get my Periscope video started. Hello everybody, my name is Eric D. Johnson, also known BrightShine, right here in the city of Memphis, in the county, State of Tennessee. Today's date is early Sunday morning, October the 27th, 2019, the time, 5:01 a.m. First, I thank all my family, my support for your continued curb support. Anti-gang, anti-gang. Now these are just a few of the free logo design websites that you can go to make anti-gang logo. Remember these words: coercion, coerce, sexual coercion, psychological coercion, psychological manipulation, psychological abuse. Now I just ended my Instagram video, and so now I'm doing my Periscope video, and what I'm gonna do, my YouTube channel is almost at 2 hours, and so I'm trying to go ahead and get it to where it's at 2 hours, about 5 more minutes. The United States government enacted the Organized Crime Control Act of 1970, and Title IX of the Organized Crime Control Act of 1970, the Racketeering, Influence, and Corrupt Organization Act, the RICO Act, is anti-gang. And the Comprehensive Drug Abuse Prevention and Control Act of 1970, Controlled Substance Act, the Psychotropic Substance Act, the Continued Criminal Enterprise Statute, the Kingpin Statute, is all anti-gang. The Juvenile Justice and Linkage Prevention Act of 1974 established the Office of Juvenile Justice and Linkage Prevention, as well as other related legislative comprehensive anti-gang initiatives. The Office of Juvenile Justice and Linkage Prevention and the Comprehensive Gang Model Office of Juvenile Justice and Linkage Prevention, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, the Office of Justice Program, the United States Department of Justice, the Office of Justice Program, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, the United States Department of Justice, the Comprehensive Anti-Gang Initiative Project Safe Neighborhood, the United States Department of Justice, Office of Community-Oriented Police Service, the Comprehensive Anti-Gang Initiative, the Office of Juvenile Justice and Linkage Prevention, the United States Department of Justice, Office of Justice Program, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, the International Narcotics Law Enforcement Affairs, the United States Department of State, the Institute for Intergovernmental Affairs, the Gang Resistant Education and Training, the GREAT Program, the United States Department of Justice, Office of Justice Program, the Office of Juvenile Justice, the Linkage Prevention. In October 2009, the National Youth Gang Center, which had been funded by the Office of Juvenile Justice, the Linkage Prevention in 1995, merged with the National Gang Center, which had been funded by the Bureau of Justice since 2003. The National Gang Center compilation state laws against gangs. Gang Prevention Overview Research Program from Mr. James C. Office of Juvenile Justice and Linkage Prevention, the United States Department of Justice, the Bureau of Justice, the Office of Juvenile Justice and Linkage Prevention, National Gang Center Bullets, and the title of the book, History of Street Gangs in the United States. And you can find that same information on the quick reference, Wikipedia, and its title, Gangs in the United States. The United States Department of Justice, Office of the United States Attorney Manual, 1457 Criminal Street Gang Statute, 18 United States Code 521. The United States Department of Justice, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the National Gang Intelligence Center, the United States Department of Justice, Organized Crime and Gang Detection, the other federal, state, and local agencies. The United States Department of Justice, Office of Justice Program, the National Institute of Justice, Anti-Gang Strategies, Prevention, Intervention, Assessment, and Suppression. And also, the United States Department of Justice, Office of Justice Program, National Institute of Justice, the United States Department of Health and Human Services, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, National Center for Injury Prevention and Control, changing course, preventing gang membership, and also striving to reduce youth violence everywhere. The United States Department of Justice, the United States Department of Education, the United States Department of Health and Human Services, the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development, the United States Department of Labor, and the White House Office of National Drug Control Policy, National Forum Youth Violence Prevention Forum. You can go to youth.gov and be informed about the National Forum Youth Violence Prevention, as well as the Comprehensive Anti-Gang List and Comprehensive Gang Law, the United States Department of Justice, the Bureau of Justice, National Crime Prevention Council, keeping kids out of gangs, and also anti-hazing, the United States Department of Justice, anti-hazing. You can go to lawyers.com and be informed about anti-hazing, and also trying to reduce youth violence everywhere. And Now I'm gonna get ready to end this YouTube channel. This YouTube video. And like I said, it's gonna be dated October 27, 2009, part 1. So just give me a brief moment here.